we're going to make caramel candy frosting. The reason why it's called caramel candy is because you are going to use caramels. And what you're going to start off with, whatever brand you prefer, you're going to need anywhere from 28 to about 34. You want them to weigh at least about a half a pound of caramel. So every brand is a little different. Some are making them smaller than the name brand. So you do want a half a pound of caramels, and then of course take all the wrappers off. Once you do that, I want to show you, I used actually my microwave, and I took my caramels, put them in this bowl, and then add a half a cup of water. And I slowly, it took my microwave about 4 minutes. It might take yours a shorter amount of time, so check it from minute to minute and stir the caramels in the water till they're completely melted, just like these are. And like I said, I would keep stirring them and check them within every minute or two. And again, your microwave probably will be different than mine, so you don't want to burn the caramel. You just want the water and the caramel to come together to this very thin consistency. Then what you want to do is just leave the melted caramels and water at room temperature. You don't want to use it directly from the microwave. You do want it at room temperature so it's not boiling hot. The next thing you're going to do is, of course, start off with a medium or large sized bowl, and I've cut up a half a cup of butter. Now if you don't want to use butter, go ahead and use your favorite brand of margarine. And I'm just going to cream this together. I cut my butter up in little pieces because I think it's faster to break it down with the beaters. You can certainly make this frosting with your stand-up if you don't want to use your hand mixer as I am. And then just put a dash of salt in the butter. Now I am using unsalted butter. If you are using butter, regular butter, then omit the salt. Now once you do that, you're going to need 4 cups of powdered sugar. And I'm just going to put a little in at a time and start bringing that together with the butter. And you're probably going to have to do this on low, otherwise powdered sugar is going to go all over. And once you start to cream that together, put a little bit more. And you're probably going to be putting in probably maybe a cup at a time. Now once you do that, then start alternating with your melted caramels. And just put a little in at a time. And then go back to your beating. Now you can start to raise your speed up as the caramel starts to come together in the powdered sugar to form the frosting. I'm going to add a little bit more of my powdered sugar. This recipe is pretty fast to make. I think it actually took longer for me to unwrap all the caramels than it did to really put the frosting together. And you're just going to keep beating it till you have it all come together. And that's what it looks like so far. And I'm going to put a little bit more sugar in. And then again, my caramel. And just start beating that together. And now I'm going to go on high speed, try to pull everything together. Make sure it's blended. The rest of the sugar. That was 4 cups of your powdered sugar. And I'm going to put the rest of my caramel in. Now you're going to be able to frost either an 8 or a 9-inch cake. If you like a lot of frosting, you might want to double the recipe. And now I'm just going to combine it together. This frosting works best once you're done to put it in the refrigerator to cool it down. And you know, that's going to maybe take 10 minutes or so. You can use it directly out of the bowl, but it actually has a thicker consistency once it comes out of the refrigerator after about 10 minutes. And I'm just going to clean the sides of my bowl and start to show you the consistency of what I've got so far. It's a real pretty light caramel, nice thick frosting. And I want to show you some that I've made that I've had just in the fridge. And this is how it will look after it's cooled. It's really a really beautiful frosting on whatever type of cake, whether chocolate or yellow or white batter that you prefer. I have a little cupcake here. I want to just frost it for you so you can see the consistency of it. And then you can put a garnish over it with walnuts or any type of nut, or if you want to put a little garnish of some colored or chocolate sprinkles. And here's a couple more that I did ahead of time. So there you have it. Caramel candy frosting. Pretty quick to make. Really tastes great. I hope you like this recipe. If you do, let me hear from you. Leave a comment. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe.